Hi, welcome to ACCQ Continuing Professional Education. Right now we're going to talk about Accounting 101 on the topic of cash flow from financing. Previously we talked about cash flow from operations and then cash flow from investing activities. Now we're going to talk about cash flow from financing. So if you want to review the previous videos, you can actually click the link below. So you have a background of what it's all about. But before that, I'm going to discuss first the cash flow from financing. So of course, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Now, cash flow from financing. What is cash flow from financing? Simple lang yan. Dalawa lang tatandaan mo. Number one is transactions between the owner and entity. Yan. Yung pangalawa is transactions between owner and creditor. So napakasimple lang, no? Yung isa between owner and entity, and yung isa naman between owner and creditor. Ano ba yung una? Owner and entity. So this is equity transaction. So meaning to say, for example, if it's a corporation, let's say Jollibee. Jollibee wants to raise 1 billion pesos so it can have operations, let's say sa Dubai or sa Los Angeles, no? Or whatever. So it wanted to raise 1 billion pesos. Now, wala silang immediate cash. Now, what they can do is to issue common shares or preferred shares. Or another term for common shares, yung ginagamit dito sa accounting, is ordinary shares and preference shares. Pareho lang yun. Common and ordinary, the same lang yun. Preference and preferred, pareho lang yun. So, in accounting, we're more using ordinary shares and preference shares. Kasi yung common at preferred shares, ginagamit naman yun sa stock exchange. No? Now, assuming Jollibee wants to raise 1 billion pesos for its operations in another country, so they can issue shares of stock to its stockholders. Whether it's a preference stockholder or an ordinary stockholder. So we're going to talk about yung ordinary and preference shareholders in the future discussions. But for now, ito yung pinagmumulan ng pera. Perang pumapasok sa company, which is transaction between the owner and the entity through cash flow from financing. So, another one naman, yung palabas naman na pera is yung inisyu nila na shares doon sa investor nila na in return, may pumasok naman na pera sa kanila. Paano naman kung, let's say, bibili nila yung yung the same shares na inisyu nila? Pwede ba yun? Yes, ang tawag doon, treasury shares. Pag sinabing treasury shares, ito yung stock na in-issue mo na dun sa investor, pero later on, binili mo, binayback mo. Ano yung dahilan nun? For some reasons, number one of the major reasons there is for controlling interest. Kasi para hindi fragmented yung mga may hawak na shares, no? So kumbaga parang may control ka pa rin sa shares, ikaw pa rin yung maraming holdings dun sa shares na yun. So that's one reason, no? Now, that's why when you buy back the shares of the investor which you have previously issued, that is a cash outflow from financing. Okay, so kasi para bang nung in-issue mo sa kanya, may pera ka natanggap, tapos bibili mo ulit sa kanya para makuha mo yung shares na yun. So maglalabas ka ng pera. So that is a cash outflow from financing. The next one is transaction between the owner and the creditor. Now, between the owner and the creditor, ito naman yung may-ari at saka yung pinagkakautangan. For example, let's say yung company na nakipag-transact, yung creditor company, now doesn't want to enter as an investor. So pwede silang creditor kasi maaaring gusto nila na mabayaran sila, because in a transaction na as a creditor, mas lesser yung risk na yon. So if you are risk averse, you can, kumbaga, parang papautang mo na lang yung pera mo dun sa company na umuutang. So mag-i-issue sila ng bonds payable doon sa company na yon na pinagkakautangan nila. In return, may pera silang matatanggap. So yung pera matatanggap nila, that is a cash flow from financing. And of course, pagka nag-due date na yung utang nila, let's say for 5 years, after 5 years, they will pay the creditor company. That is a cash outflow from financing. So ano pa ba? So that's about it, no? Those are just the two major sources of cash flow from financing. Another one is yung sa lease liability. For example, yung mga lease to own, no? So kumbaga kasi binibili mo yung yung apartment or yung building. No? So nagbabayad ka, yung perang binabayaran mo doon is actually payment to the principal. So that is cash outflow from financing also. Okay, so that's about it. Paano naman pala yung present situation ngayon, which is we have San Miguel nagbibigay ng pera sa national government and sa local government. Ito sa lockdown, no? Now, this is not cash flow from financing because obviously they are not creditors, no? It's more of like a donation. So do not be confused by that, no? This is more like a donation. So walang kumbaga, it is in their free will, no? It's in their goodwill to give the Philippine government or the local government for that matter. So that's about it. If you have any questions for this topic, you may write your comment below, but subscribe and share. Thank you, God bless, and stay at home. Peace.